words. In contrast, women tend to use offensive words less often. And the other example I have here is men typically use harsh words. On the other hand, women tend to use offensive words less often, or we can say offensive language as well. What are some connectors of reason and results? So, because, since, therefore, and as a result are used to show causes and effects or results. So is a coordinating conjunction. Because and since are subordinating conjunctions, and therefore and as a result are transitions. The connectors of reason and result, we have so becomes before the result. It's preceded by a comma. Language was developed, so many languages language was developed, so many changes became possible. Because and since are used with the reason. They may be placed either at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. However, notice that there is a difference in the punctuation. Many changes became possible since language was developed, and because language was developed, many changes became possible. Therefore, and as a result, these transitions are used before the result. Like all transitions, they normally begin a sentence and are followed by a comma. Transitions may also be preceded by a semicolon. In this case, we don't capitalize the transition. Language was developed. Have a comma, we have a full stop. Therefore, many changes became possible, and language was developed. As a result, many changes became possible. Connectors of purpose. And the connector of purpose is so that. So that is normally placed in the middle of a sentence. The modal verbs can in the present and in the future, and could in the past, are normally used with so that. No comma is necessary in this case. And we have some example with so that. Many people learn English so that they can find better jobs. And the other example is John studies Spanish so that he could communicate with people in South America. Connectors of time and sequence. What are these connectors of time and the sequence? When. When is used for events that happen at the same time or immediately after another event. When can come at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. After is used with two events that are clearly separated by time. After can come at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. Gaston called his uncle after he arrived at the airport. When Gaston arrived at the airport, he was exhausted. So we have when and after. We have afterwards, after that, next, and then. These transitions are used when one event follows another. Like other transitions, they usually begin the second sentence and are followed by a comma. Gaston arrived at the airport, then he calls his uncle. Gaston called his uncle. After that, his uncle picked him up. Connectors of time for events happening at the same time. While. If while is used with two clauses in the past continuous, it means two actions were in progress at the same time. While can go at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. While Elisa was traveling, her boyfriend was working. No, not very nice though. Elisa was traveling while her boyfriend was working. So we have while can be at the beginning and in the middle of the sentence. Meanwhile and at the same time. Meanwhile and at the same time are transitions. They usually begin the second sentence and are followed by a comma. Elisa was traveling. At the same time, her boyfriend was working. Okay, what we have to remember from this lecture. The main things that we have to remember is that two sentences written together must have a connecting word or appropriate punctuation. Only certain verb tenses can be used in clauses of time or condition. The word order of the subject and the verb changes when nor begins a clause. The choice of the connecting words in a compound or a complex sentence depends on the meaning of the sentence. Continuous verb tenses often follow while and when since is the connecting word, the present perfect tense is normally used in the main clause. Well, I would like to thank you for your time and please watch us again. Bye.